Okay, so as I said, this is the Potensic Dreamer. It is a 4K professional level drone with 3-axis gimbal, which is a huge difference in the quality of image you get. Don't let anybody tell you like two-axis, 3-axis doesn't make a difference. It makes a giant difference if it's 3-axis. It has FPV, you know, first party view, so you can see like as if you were in the drone, you can see on your cell phone where you're flying, what you're looking at, all that kind of stuff. It is GPS enabled with a 2-kilometer transmission range. We're gonna test that out, see how far we can go with it. The motors are brushless, which means you're gonna get much more performance, both in terms of power and flight time. As a result, you get a 28-minute flight time. It has those safety features you want. It has the auto return home if the battery is getting low or it loses connection with you. As part of that 3-axis gimbal, it has a Sony CMOS processor, which should give us amazing video. You can do still images up to 16 megapixel. Most of us do video, right? And what you need to know is you can do 4K at 30 frames per second. That 4K 30 is a really nice balance between super high quality and a decent frame rate. It has the circle flight feature, which makes really cool images and video if you want to see that. It has follow me, all those features that you want in a drone. Again, really cool. The communication quality for the Wi-Fi is 5.8 gigahertz. Those are all the key functions you want to know about. You've been watching it flying, all that kind of stuff. You've seen the images. Let's go back and talk about it and do a review. All right, it is a hot, sunny one here, and I have been enjoying this Potensic Dreamer Pro for a couple weeks now, and now I wanted to come back. You saw it fly, you heard about all of the features and that kind of stuff. Now, let me tell you the real life of living with this drone and what you want to know. Okay, let's start with, I think I've said this before, I am such a fan. I love this kind of old school traditional drone layout. I just think it's so cool, so fun to fly. I actually do like that it is physically a little larger. It makes it so much easier to see when it's up in the air. A couple things about it. Here's an interesting one. It's not a good nor a bad, but I find it entertaining. When you do the one button take off, it like does this little dance and then it takes off. It looks adorable. It's really cool, really interesting. I'm not sure if it serves a function or it's just the process in which it takes off, but it goes doot, 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 and then goes. It's super cool. Whoa, speaking of that one button function, let me show you something on the remote. Okay, let's start by saying this remote is ridiculously cool. I love the format, I love the function. My one little bit of a problem that I'm having is that, so principally because my phone is so big, even with my 6'2" size appropriate hands, like it is hard for me. I mean, it's great, it's comfortable, I love the big screen, but if I want to hit a slider like to take off, I gotta kind of go like that and hit the slider. It's a little awkward, a little weird. I prefer it, you know, I'll take it that it's large and comfortable and that kind of stuff, but it is a little bit of a stretch to do that, a little unusual. It's also a little bit of a stretch to put the phone itself in there, but again, this is a monstrous size phone, so that's probably what's causing that. I love the functions. They got the function keys, the dials. It also has a location to put the joysticks in when you're transporting it and putting it away so it doesn't break. That is all awesome, worked perfectly. So speaking of that remote, let's talk range. I've got it out to, for me, I find unless I am like 400 feet up, if I'm flying at like 100 feet, like a normal height, I could get to about 1,000 feet before I lose connection. And every single time the return to home worked perfectly. It would say, you know, it would give you a little bit of warning. It'd say signal's getting weak, fly carefully. And then I, you know, just because I'm trying to test it out for you guys, I'd push it a little further and the screen would kind of lock up and you wouldn't see anything for a little bit. The screen would go blank. And then like literally like 2 minutes later, it'd come flying back. It was perfect every single time. It was really cool. In terms of the flight and the video quality, you've seen the video, so I don't need to talk to you about that. Flight quality, I will say, it is super sensitive. Like the remote control, it took me a little while to get like nice smooth movements, to have it like buttery smooth controls. Like I would really like in the app if there was an adjustment where you could either like put it in a cinematic mode or slow down the motions, like that kind of thing. I couldn't find it in there. Maybe it's in there, but I didn't see it in there. And it definitely took a little practice. Again, not a bad thing. Super precise, super quick controls. But if you're trying to do nice video, which you can do with this, this is a really good quality machine. You can do that high quality video, but it just definitely takes a little more time to get used to the controls. Very responsive. And you kind of want nice slow movements for those things. Here in Florida, it has been particularly windy lately, and including hot. It's so hot out here. But it's been very windy, and I had no issues with the wind whatsoever. It was nice and stable, flew against the wind, flew back, no issues whatsoever. It didn't seem to deteriorate the battery that much, which was really good. I think my biggest complaint about this, you're gonna laugh about this, but I haven't had this before, but because this drone is this stark white, this beautiful white, which I really think is nice, it actually shows all the bug impacts and stuff on it much more. Like, I mean, I've been flying it for a week, and it is definitely taking out a lot of little flying bugs and stuff. You can clearly see them on here. That's not good nor bad. I guess if you have a dark gray or a black one, it just doesn't show the same way as it's like a car. The white shows everything, looks beautiful, but shows everything. Lastly, the thing that I want to say is the app is really good, okay? I'm used to, Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the app. The app is really good. I think maybe on some of their more advanced models, you may have a little more functionality, but it is very intuitive, very easy to use, simple, simple, simple. You can change the settings for like the quality of the video, the quality of the image, your maximum height, maximum distance, all that super easy. The only thing which, as I told you already, I couldn't find was to slow down the controls a little bit. In any case, I have to give this drone an absolute full 5 out of 5 on the Doug score. I really, really have enjoyed this. I think it's a great drone. If you're looking for a solid drone for shooting some really cool videos and images and stuff, this is definitely a great place to look. Okay, I haven't used it yet, but I can tell you I really love the form and the style and the way this is laid out. I particularly love this little red switch. It's like an iridescent candy apple red switch to throw it into sport mode. I think that's really cool. A really cool, like, design thing, right? That's kind of fun. So let's take a look at the drone itself. Oh, is this thing cool? Check that out. That's the drone. That is the drone. Look at the massive camera on there with the 3-axis gimbal. The Sony technology. Okay, enough of this. You already saw it fly. You heard the review. I'm out of here. I want to go play with it so I can provide that for you. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you next time.